Today was pretty awesome. I only did about 200 miles. Kind of got a little bit of a late start. Just getting everything ready for the first day. Decided to camp here. There's a lot of wood here. Nice little open area. So far it's been really fast, 2-track. Red dirt, not too dusty, but it's been fast for the most part. It was a pretty decent day. It was like 53 degrees, but the windshield was pretty cold. It's supposed to get down tonight to 19 to 21, somewhere in there. It's gonna be kind of a cold night, but have my 15 below sleeping bag, and I put a liner in it today, so make it a little warmer. Adds about 15 degrees to it. Today I covered from the Utah border. There's a campsite there, right at the Arizona and Utah border. Got on the bike there. All the cliffs there are amazing, and there's these giant birds. They're like 3 times bigger than the golden eagles. It's crazy. Even the red hawks are only like a quarter of the size. So those were pretty cool to look through the binoculars and look up on the cliffs, and you can see them soaring all over the ridges. That was a lot of fun. Went to Marble Canyon. Everything there looked like the movie Cars. Giant boulders sitting on top of little small pillars, and just didn't look like it could even stand like that. There's a bunch of old dwellings there. It was cool climbing around through all of that. That also slowed me down a bit today. That's where I got gas. There was in Marble Canyon for the first section. That was 64 miles in that section. Then I took off from there and went to Cameron Canyon in Arizona. That was 105-mile stretch there. Went all through the valley. Then I crossed over the Colorado River, and it's so magnificent how big the gully is and how far it's like eroded down in. It's like a 700-foot like cliff on each side down to the Colorado River. I guess in the summertime people do have boats and everything going up and down that canyon, but with the corona everything's shut down right now, so I've only just been getting gas at the pump and moving on. I did about another 40 miles after that to where I'm at now, and it's just up in the hills. My next stop will be Flagstaff. Flagstaff I think will be about 100 miles tomorrow till I get to Flagstaff. I probably wanted to do another 60 today, but I was going to start climbing altitude and definitely didn't want to be in the snow tonight. There is snow on the ground. It snowed yesterday up there. So I don't mind riding in the snow on the ground, but I definitely don't want to camp in it if I can avoid it. So I decided to call it an early night, make myself a fire. There's plenty of wood here. Brought one tall can with me. Gonna have some smoked sausage for dinner, and should be a good night. rough day. I did 310 miles. Not necessarily all by choice, but about 70 miles past Flagstaff, I got way up into the mountains and was over 8,000 feet. There was a ton of snow, big snow drifts, some up to 3 feet deep. I was able to get through about 15 miles of it, and I was only about 2 miles left before I was going to turn onto the sunny side of the mountain instead of the north-facing slope, and it just got too deep where there was no way. Kept getting stuck, had to completely turn around, backtrack about 2 hours back through the snow and back to a main road. Found a 2-track road to get myself back to the trail, but that was about 60 miles out of my way. Just saw a canyon. It wasn't on my route or anything, but I looked on my GPS and kind of found a road out to the edge of it. So I had to come out here and explore it. Looks pretty cool. So I made it to the end of my trail at about 12:30 on the 4th day. Right now I'm hiking Coronado Peak. This is my final destination before I turn around and head back. This is only about a half-mile hike up this little mountain, which isn't that fun to do whenever you're in riding boots. But I've heard the views are spectacular. I'm at the Mexico border, and from up the top I'll be able to get some panoramic shots of the entire valley and the border wall. Well, this is the big bad wall. I've never actually seen the wall, and it's not much of a wall, but it does go on for a long way. Rode about 30 miles along the side of it, and it looks like this the whole way. And for the first time ever, the wall is there and I'm not allowed to go on that side of the wall. Interesting times we're in. I made it to Mexico by 12:30 on the 4th day of travel from Utah. Gonna do another 120 miles today and then stop and do maintenance on the bike, change the oil, put a new air filter in, got a little wiring to do. Other than that, the bike's done fine. It's been about 21 and a half motor hours since I left Utah, and I'm not sure the mileage right now. $868 miles to this point. I'm halfway. I'm gonna take a little different route on the way back. I'm gonna take a lot of the alternate routes. I took the expert route all the way down, and then on the way back I'm gonna take some alternate routes. Alright. Well, it's my first beer. Just finished the ride today at about 1:30 this afternoon on day 7. It's been a really fun ride. Tons of cool topography has been crazy all over the place, from high altitude down in the canyons. I think I'm gonna camp here for a couple days and hike around. There's a lot of good hiking spots down in the canyons, and I'm in no rush to get back home to Quarantine Island. So this sounds way better. Be by myself out here. The views are awesome, tons of hiking, and I'm the only one out here. This place is amazing. I've been walking in this canyon for about 3 miles now, and you can't stop but just take a picture every bend you go around. It's been amazing. I think there's about another 4 or 5 miles left. See how long I can go.